Hi girls, I wanted to show you one of my favorite fall inspired looks. Now this is a great one to transition from summer into fall. So I'm going to use a lot of matte colors. So I'm kind of excited. I used to always be this like shiny, shiny, shiny kind of girl. And now I'm just loving matte. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to start out with our Addiction palette number 1, which is our warm neutrals. This thing gets abused. It gets used every single day, okay? So I'm going to start with the first color, which is a really great bone neutral with no shine to it. So it's the perfect way to start to highlight. Okay, so I'm going to start with the inner corner and moving upwards underneath the brow. And a little bit all over too, because it's a really great base. Okay, other eye. There we go. Okay, now we're going to switch. I'm going to be using both palette number 1 and palette number 3. Okay, I'm going to start out with this first color here. It's one of my favorites. Okay, so that's going to go right into the crease with a nice sort of dome-shaped brush. Okay, so right into the outer corner and into the crease of your eye, just like so. And the trick is to blend like crazy. Just blend everything out in little layers of color. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to get a little darker. So we're going to go in with an angled brush, and we're going to go back to palette number 1 in this middle. It's called Chipper. It's kind of a perfect brown. Okay, again, sticking to the outer corner and blending in. Perfect. Same thing with the other eye. Perfect. Just like that. Okay, now we're going to go back to our first color with that same brush and add a little more. And blending into the base of our eye as well. Okay, other side. I'm going to blend a little bit under. I'm going to bring in a lot more color underneath as well, but just to get that layer started. Okay, now we'll go back with our first color and blend some underneath the brow, just to have absolutely no hard edges. This look is very soft, so all the colors truly get blended together. Just like so. Okay, now we're going to go in with a loose mineral pigment. Okay, these little cute little guys right here. And this color is called Provoked. And it's a really beautiful, rich golden brown. Okay, so I'm going to put some in the little cap. Like that. It only takes a little bit. And then we're going to blend that into our crease. And outer corner as well. So really we're kind of intensifying the color slowly but surely. This is little layers and layers and layers of color. perfect. Now we're going to intensify the color a little more. We're going to go back to palette number 1 and we're going to use this guy right here, which is a nice rich espresso brown. Okay, now for this we need a smaller, pointier brush. Now I do this instead of eyeliner, okay? I'm not a big eyeliner everyday kind of girl, so I've found this is a great way to thicken my lash line without the harshness of eyeliner. Okay, just like that. Now I'm going to bring this right underneath and not going all the way across. It's about halfway to 3/4 of the way across. And don't worry if it looks a little hard at first, because we're really going to blend that. And then going right underneath. Okay, now we're going to go back with our other brush. And we're just going to blend the colors together. And then go underneath again. I'm going to get another brush, just a clean one. I'm going to put some of our pigment color underneath. Just like so. And this one you can get almost all the way across. We're going to highlight in the inner corner, but they will be able to blend right on top of each other. Okay, now going up to the crease again, because it's all about bringing all those colors together. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to add just a little bit more of the rich dark brown, that outer corner again. See how it's looking almost like an eyeliner, but a super soft, smoky version. Okay, we go back with our little dome brush and we blend. And underneath. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to highlight. And I have another one of our pigments. This one is called Sexy. It's the perfect peachy pink golden highlight. Oh, I just love it. Okay, so for this, I'm going to use a nice loose pointed brush. Now, I can admit I have been collecting brushes since I was like 17 years old, so it's been a long time, and I've always gotten good ones so that they last a long time. So I know sometimes it's a splurge, but good makeup brushes change everything. And lately I've been buying a few too. I get some at Whole Foods. I get some even at Ulta. I really like this brand, Real Techniques. I have a few of those as well. But here and there, I love our Younique brushes also, so I get them usually with our kits. When I buy a collection, 1 or 2 brushes comes in. I haven't gotten the whole kit of brushes, but I think I will pretty soon. I have to save up for it. Okay, here we go. So right into the inner corner and blending it right into the base of the lid. Okay, so inner corner, underneath. This is a wonderful highlighting color also. So I just blend that all together. It has a little bit of sheen, so I don't want to put too much of it because I want this eye to be predominantly matte. Okay, other eye, inner corner. Blending that as a highlight. And this is a perfect daytime look, but for evening, I would just come in and layer more of the dark brown and maybe add some black eyeliner to intensify that. Okay, so now we're going to do some mascara. Okay, here's my mascara, handy little pouch. And this is actually a brand new one. I finally decided it was time to open up a new one. So I'm not going to spray it with rose water like I usually do. Since it's brand spanking new, I give it about a week or two before I start spraying my rose water in. Okay, here we go. So, remember, gel, fibers, gel. I think everybody has that memorized by now, right? Okay, here we go. So we're going to start out with the gel. And I really like to coat my eyelashes entirely in the gel, top to bottom. There we go. Fibers are open, ready to go. And just in the outer 3/4 of the lashes, I put the fibers. Underneath and on top. Let that dry. We'll go right on to our other eye. Zigzag motion. Okay, fibers. Now if I get a little bit of fibers on the bottom, no worries. I just wipe them off. I never rub them. I literally take a little brush and super lightly feather it under my eyes. Okay, so now we're going to put one more coat of gel to seal in those fibers. And we can also put just a little bit on the bottom lashes. Okay, eyes are done. So now we're going to go into our mascara. Our brows. So for brows, I like to use the Addiction Palette #1 again. And I use a combination of this color and this color just to fill in my brows a little bit. Now I'm going to admit I've completely let my brows grow out because I just really want to try a fuller brow look. And I think I've plucked them so much in all my years that I was afraid that they would stop growing also. I got a little advice from a blogger that I follow, and she was like, stop plucking your brows. So I said, okay, I'm gonna give it a try. And I really like how they look. So I'm just gonna fill them in just a little bit, following the natural shape. And I'm literally dipping in one color and dipping in the next color just to get that perfect brown, because one is too dark, one is too light. So combined, they're just right. So just a little fill in, just like that. Makes a difference, right? Look at that difference. And I'm talking tiniest little bit of color. And I play around. Sometimes I use a brow pencil, sometimes I do the powder. Since I have the palettes open already, little brush just to soften the color a little bit. And it's all about brushing them up, and to the side and down, following that natural shape. That's it. I really like that natural brow shape. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to finish off with a little tiny bit more blush, just a little tiny bit. I already have a little bit on, but you know, I like to just do a tiny little bit more once I'm done. Perfect. A little blending with my blending brush. Okay, now for lips. I'm going to use our lip stain. Okay, they're just like this, they're liquid. This one is called Shy. And you just have to make sure that your lips are nice and clean. Okay, and we're gonna do layer by layer. So we're gonna start out here. See, it's completely liquid and then it just gets soaked right into your lips. I like this color because it's like your own lip color intensified. Like 2 notches. And it wears for hours. Amazing. And I'm talking it will still be perfectly on after lunch and when I pick up the kids from school. Okay, so that's layer number 1. Let that dry. Now layer number 2. Okay, now here's the trick. Let that dry. Make sure it dries exactly where you want it. Because if it dries where you don't, it's very hard to get it off. Okay. We'll let that dry all the way. And then at the end, after about 30 minutes, I will put on a little bit of our clear gloss if I want a little bit of shine. Otherwise, I like just the matte stained look. Okay, I hope you liked my fall inspired look, and I can't wait to hear how you like it, and I see some of you girls using it as well. Okay, I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for watching.